Guys, I've broken some rules here today, and despite the fact that you see some profit on the thumbnail maybe, I went down to my daily loss limit on the Bulenox account. So it was real crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna try to explain what happened here, and let's just go over the facts. So I'm going to show you the accounts in details. So this was the London session, live stream, everything was okay. And I was eyeballing with this 18,083 buy side liquidity. So I was pretty sure that we should be taking that. But I did not have an entry here. I told this on stream. I didn't have an entry. But then price went down and shifted again up here in this small displacement on the 1 minute, and so I had my fair value gap here. It happened after the stream. It was actually outside the kill zone, so I entered with the buy position. Actually, I thought that okay, I'm just gonna go in with 2 micros. Again, it's very important. I said 2 micros, and I said all right, so let's try to do that. And how this works on my trade station or trading station is that I'm looking at my monitor here right in front of me, and my other monitor is to the left. So the trade execution tab is opened in my left, and I have multiple tabs open, multiple accounts. And so I was watching TradingView, what you guys seeing right now on this monitor, and I set up the trading tab for 2 contracts, but instead of micros, I was not on the MNQ tab, I was on the NQ tab, and this is the second time this happened to me. I was on the NQ. So instead of really looking to the left, I pushed the buy button with 2 mini contracts, copy trading across all the evaluation accounts. Yes, human error, but instead of closing the trade, and this was my human error, that was my biggest mistake. Instead of closing down the contract with some loss, it was already down like a few points. It was 2 points down or 3 points down. I was down like $150 ish or $200 in drawdown per each account. So I just lost my mind when I realized I was looking at my accounts tab on the other monitor, and I said, what the hell did I just do? So instead, I should have closed it with a relatively small loss. I would have ended the day with like over $1,000 loss across the account. So what I did is what I should have not done. I was keeping in track with the trade. I was actually sweating like crazy. I was like so nervous, and the thing that happened, I was like the deer in the headlights. I was watching how my account is melting down. It was melting down like crazy, and so I let it go to drawdown. I was like so frustrated. I lost my mind, everything. So the Bulenox account suffered the daily loss limit, and it was also a technical error because I stopped the trade copier. I don't even know, it's a little bit blurry. I stopped the trade copier somewhere along this drawdown before it hit the stop loss, or I don't know. And so I didn't even turn down the Bulenox trade as the main account. So I was switching in between the multiple accounts, and I tried to navigate manually between the trades. But by the time I got to the Bulenox account, it already reached the daily loss limit. So with 2 mini contracts, you can imagine that going over $1,000 is not a huge deal. So that was real crazy. So I went down to the daily limit, but the other accounts, somehow, by some miracle, I don't know how, they survived. And I managed to close them down a little bit earlier. I don't know how I did that. So I was in a huge drawdown, like in the thousands overall across the accounts. So this move happened here, and I said to myself, okay, it cannot really get any worse than this. My YouTube series, I wasn't really thinking about the accounts. I was thinking about how shame that my daily journaling series is gonna end up like this, with partially, well, it was a human error on my side. And by that time, mentally, I was totally frustrated. I said, okay, I was working on these accounts for quite a long time. I'm down like super crazy all across the accounts. What can I do? So I saw this move up, and then I started to scalp. I was still very sure that the buy side liquidity should be at 18,083. So the Bulenox account was already inactive due to the daily loss limit. And so when I saw this move, I said to myself, all right, F it. I tried to do something here. You know, the Apex accounts were down. Worst case scenario, I'm just gonna buy a new account or whatever. You know, there's a sale at Bulenox anyways. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, I thought, okay, I'll try to scalp my way back to profitability. So that's what I did, but with minis. So I started to scalp all the way up here, and eventually I managed to scalp my way up with the minis. The Bulenox account suffered. So what really happened is I have ended up, let me just show you the accounts and you will see it and you will understand it better. So let's start with the Bulenox account. Was my main account. This was the flagship, what I was trading. The Bulenox account was the flagship. So I started the day from $52,021 because after yesterday's close, I made a little bit scalp with micros. So I started the day from $52,021, and as you can see, I reached my daily loss limit with commissions and everything. I went down to $50,889. So that's $1,132 loss. I still have around $1,400 of threshold on this account, so I'm not confused or anything. It's just, you know, it's just not that good. And what can I say? But what happened after that, I tried to recoup the losses on the My Funded Futures account. This morning, I started with 51,109. Managed to end up with the minis, not with the micros, with the minis 51,545, which means I made $436 profit on the My Funded Futures. The first Apex account, the same, started the day 51,142, ended the day 51,820, managed to make $678 net profit. And the other Apex account, almost the same, brought it up to 50,883 with scalping with minis, and made $628 net profit on this one. So overall, across all the accounts, I made $610 profit net. But, well, you know, I should say that the first account was the Bulenox until this morning. Now the first account, profit-wise, is the Apex account. So what really happened, if that is something I can go with, is that these accounts have switched places. So the first and the last, actually not the last, but the accounts have switched places, and actually not just switched places, but I managed to make extra profit on my secondary Apex account, and the My Funded Futures account also gained some. Now, this shouldn't be something I should have done with these accounts, because I said to myself, I'm going to do this with micros, and I got so much emotional and furious and confused that I already knew that after I close down these, I'm not going to trade the New York session. I was here with you guys, and it was good to talk with you guys. But I was just super happy that I survived the day. Every account is in profit. Everything is basically super good, green. The Bulenox account suffered because I was clicking all over the place with minis. It is what it is. Something to learn from. This was the second time this occurred to me. I have to check 3 times or 4 times next time before I do something like this. Real crazy, guys, real crazy. So anyway, in the green, overall very satisfied with the end results. The Bulenox account is down, but the other accounts are very healthy looking. Everything ended up in a good way, so it doesn't really hold us back. So fortunately I didn't take a step back, but it was a real lesson to learn from. I have to watch out for the copy trading next time. I have to watch out for the contract sizing, everything. I hate to scalp. It's so frustrating. It's emotional for me. Huge error on my end. And here I am preaching about to go with micros. And as you can see, I was trading with minis. But who cares? The goal is to get funded. And we are still on track. We're very much on track. So I'm very grateful for you guys as well for supporting. And this was a day to learn from. So share your comments. What do you think about this? How would you done differently? What did I do wrong, despite the fact that I wasn't really watching what I was clicking? What would you have done if you were me, or what do you think? I'm really curious. Please comment, and you know, subscribe. Today, as I'm recording this, there's still a sale going on with Bulenox. 90% upfront cost. It's the cheapest right now, but the others are good as well. We had an exciting day. I'm super tired, and see you guys in the London session, guys. This was a crazy day. Thank you. See you guys.